guys, Wolvie here with a Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia Global video for the 28th of October. If you're in or near the US, this is the time where this is being recorded. This will be posted almost as soon as I can after I'm done. The reason why that is that I am upgrading my phone later sometime this week, so I want to get this out as soon as I can, so I don't have to worry about do all the delay this, delay that, blah, blah, blah. This is going to be a very long video. Now, we got Leon's, and in the sense of his rework, EX/Lost Chapter banner, the Lost Chapter itself, the information that came from the most recent stream earlier today, and as always, my thoughts and opinions on all of that. So, I'll be back once we get to the home screen. But before I do that, like I said, I have a bit of a backlog, plus some real life stuff. So, when it comes to news, this is going to be the last video for a while. I mean, the latest is probably going to be April or May for me to come back. However, if I get a good jump on some of the stuff, I do anticipate to be back no earlier than March with just new stuff. So, without any further delay, we're going to go into the news, but once we get to the home screen. First and foremost, this is the rework information on Leon. Some people call him as Leonhardt. It's just Leon, FYI. And we're going to go over the Crystal Strength level 55 passive, which is Dark/Extension. The rework gets an extra use. Brave attack hit count becomes 4. Tremendously increase cumulative brave damage. Stolen Bravery may exceed max up to 120%. Deals 50, so same thing from before. While Dark Knight is active and at least 80 HP is at least 80% of max, Dark Slash becomes Dark Slash Plus. This has a even more moderate brave damage boost, and the max bravery cap is up to 150%. The Dark Knight Infrared buff raises max bravery and attack. The Dark Bind extension, which is the Crystal Strength level 60 passive. The extension rework says here, brave attack hit count becomes 5, tremendously increased cumulative brave damage, stolen bravery may exceed max up to 120%, slightly increases, we're going to skip that because it's in white. The brave attack plus version, it says here, brave attack hit count becomes 2, largely increased cumulative brave damage, while Dark Knight is active at HP at least 80% of max. And mind you, this is Dark Bind. Dark Bind becomes Dark Knight. Dark Bind becomes Dark Bind Plus. Moderate brave damage boost. Stolen Bravery may exceed max up to 150%. Brave Attack becomes Brave Attack Plus Plus. Slight brave damage boost in the Plus Plus version. Pretty badass, if I say so myself. And this is going to be one of those characters whose EX weapons, a little spoiler, has yet to come back. Now, with the Lost Chapter, this is where you get the 70/70 Awakening for Leon, believe it or not. You get here the up to 100 high black crystals in black, alongside the high black shards for in black, as well as excuse me. So it says here, clear limited time event missions for up to 100 high black shards, alongside high black. I think I've been coughing a lot. So let me repeat that part one more time. Clear limited time event missions for up to 100 high black crystals, which you can use together with high black shards to raise Leon's crystal strength past 60. This is Maria's older brother. The Leon we get in this game, believe it or not, is the end game Leon, where he realizes he screwed up and fights alongside Maria Furia once again. Now, with the LC synergy, it's the same as the initial event, where it's Leon, Furion, and Snow. This is the information for the free 15 and the 2 copies of the free 35. These are only applicable if you missed on Leon the first time. If you already have this from the initial event, you're going to get 20,000 gil each instance. And now, you also see here, Leon's Bloomstone. This is the Dark Enchant Growth. We're going to go, because I think I skipped something here. The command ability details. So we have your Dark Enchant. This is the additional ability. Grants Dark Effect Enchant to self for 2 turns. The extension is slightly increased amounts. It's everything you see here. Wow. My bad, it's just I don't know what's going on. Hopefully nothing serious. So either way, so you have event mission details. This is the limited time aspect of the Lost Chapters. Lost Chapters are in fact permanent, so something to keep in mind. And then here, on top of the tier 4 shards in black, you also get tier 4 shards in red and green, but that's in hard mode, FYI. This is the score aspect for the level 100 fight in the hard mode. This is the artifact mission details. So 200 gems for gaining Idosias for Furion, Leon, and Snow. So that's, you trade the Go tokens, and for these characters you get the 200 gems per. Now what we have here is the banner itself. Like I said, this is the only time you're going to get Leon's EX weapon for quite some time. Like I said, it has yet to return. So this does not have an EX plus variant. So for now, he does join both Realm and Alice as EX weapons that have yet to return, even with their 70/70 Awakening. So the EX ability for Leon is called Dark Stream, which goes straight down here. What this does, this is a 4-hit group Dark Element Melee Brave Attack and Group HP attack. Deals total HP damage to each target, which is badass. I like that. Becomes Dark Stream Plus while Dark Knight is active and HP is at least 80% of max. Dark Stream Plus, this is what this particular, there's not much of a difference here in sense of what it does. Like plus versus base, meaning that 4 hits, the 4-hit attack, all that stuff. The only thing that it has here for Dark Stream Plus is this particular frame book that's given to Leon called Black Knight's Pride. What this does, grants dark elements absorbed to party, changes all enemies, not elemental brave attacks to dark, does not stack with abilities of the same kind. This is a very unique buff here. That's only for Leon at this point. So what this particular buff does, like I said, again, it's really just badass. So we're going to go look into the limit break system here. 1 out of 3, 2 out of 3, 3 out of 3. 1 out of 3, Mighty Dark Stream, slightly increased brave damage. 2 out of 3, Dark Stream recast up, slightly increased recast speed. 3 out of 3 Rule by Force attack boost up plus. So this gives this ability called Rule by Force. This is a slight increase to max bravery and attack. HP attack becomes HP attack plus plus. Let me restart that. Slightly increased max bravery and attack. HP attack becomes HP attack plus, while Dark Knight buff is active and the HP is at least half of max. HP attack becomes HP attack plus plus, while Dark Knight is active and HP is at least 80% of max. So this is HP attack plus melee and brave attack. This has a this actually restores Leon's HP, so he has other ways to sustain his own HP in battle. The plus plus is 2 hits, but the thing is to keep in mind here is it slightly restores own HP based on HP damage dealt, 10% of his own max. So I actually like this. Regarding to this banner, I'm going to say this right now, I'm actually going to go after what I can with tickets because I have my gems are reserved for other characters. And 2 of those characters are going to be mentioned inside the stream stuff. So, with that all out of the way, I'm going to get rid of these new, because that stuff does annoy me sometimes. So, we're going to go into the stream that was from earlier today, and that's it for those in or near the United States. So, we got some stuff coming up. So, on the 31st of October, for those in or near the United States, otherwise this will be the 1st of November. So the 1st through the 15th of November, UTC, of course, that's UK time zone. This will be around the 9 p.m. Central Standard here in the US. So from the 31st of October through the 14th of November, like I said, that's US, will be the global debut of Charlotta from Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. This will have Leon as Lost Chapter Synergy. So with this particular one, and I'm going to get into some of the other stuff once we get to it, since like whether or not I'm going to be pulling a passing, so on and so forth. So for character events, Charlotta is coming on Halloween for those in or near the United States. Otherwise, this will be the 1st of November for those outside of the US. The 14th through November through the 28th of November is going to be the global debut of Garland from the very first Final Fantasy, the Lost Chapter Synergy character, and this is one instance where I'm glad they kept it with JP. It's going to be none other than Amber Young Fang. Well, the thing is with this particular character event, this will be the first one where it's like things are going to be EX plus capable, so to speak. And for those of you who want more information, just hit the stream because they explain it way better than I am able to. So, with Garland's events will come with his alternate costume. Now, on the 28th of November through the 12th of December is going to be Ultimecia for Final Fantasy VIII. Now, this will have Deuce as the Lost Chapter Synergy character. Now, some of the dates I've mentioned for Garland and Ultimecia, those are both in UTC, meaning that that is basically if you're in or near the UK. So that's just character events by itself. Regarding Lost Chapters, like I said, Leon's is live now. On the 11th of November, UTC, as always, is going to be the Lost Chapter for Fang. Now, I do want to point out something with Leon and Fang. Leon's is the last chapter where the most difficult fight is the level 100. Because Fang's Lost Chapter has both the Cosmos and Chaos difficulty fights in them. So, and now we have here Deuce. She is from Final Fantasy Type 0. She is the Lost Chapter for the 25th of November. Now, we're going to get into a couple other items here and there. So for the 7070 Awakening Wave 4, this comes into play the 7th of November UTC, is going to be the following. Safer from Final Fantasy VIII, Cloud from Final Fantasy VII, Garnet from Final Fantasy IX, Vincent from Final Fantasy VII, Dark Knight Say So from Final Fantasy IV, and Yang from Final Fantasy IV. And with the 18th of November, again, UTC, this is going to be, Global's going to come live with Ultimate Leviathan. Now, the super synergy, or special synergy as I would put it, for Ultimate Leviathan is as follows. Cryo for Final Fantasy V, Kefka for Final Fantasy VI, Tifa for Final Fantasy VII, Laguna for Final Fantasy VIII, Zell for Final Fantasy VIII, and Shantota for Final Fantasy XI. Now, I do want to point out here, with the fourth wave, there's going to be this, they're going to have the a solo-only chaos difficulty fight. So that's that on that. And some varying miscellaneous quality of life stuff. There's going to be some world of, in the token exchange for weapons, there's going to be the World of Illusions weapons. So we're probably going to be seeing the 15 CP weapons for certain characters like Yuna, Cloud, Edgar, those people. I think even Squall has one. So any character with a 15 CP alternate weapon, those will be available to exchange for in the shop. Now, there's going to be increased storage in regards to slots, which is always a good thing. Then with the summon boards for those doing the summoning aspect of the game, the Autobahn is going to be coming live. And again, this is for all this miscellaneous quality of life stuff. This is coming around the 5th or 6th of November, depending on your time zone. The 6th being you're in the UTC and East regions. So there's going to be other stuff here alongside with the EX Plus aspect, meaning that for the weapons and armor, the armor is available to anybody as long as you have the 90 CP armor maxed out at MLB. Doesn't matter if they are 70 yet or not. Always a good thing. But anyway, so again, this part here with the EX Plus and the spheres, you actually want to go to the stream because they explain it way better than I do. Or I would be able to. And we do have a ways to back things up in sense of our accounts. There's going to be something with Square Enix. Or again, you had to watch the stream to get the gist of it. Because like I said, they explained this way better than I would ever be able to. But we do have an alternate way to back up our accounts besides Google Play and the iPhone equivalent. So, with all of that out of the way, what do I think about all of this? Before I do, like I said, there's going to be the banners. With Charlotta, she is a very, very, very painful skip for me. Now, the thing is that, yes, she's meta. She's a must, but not for me. Because I've noticed that I don't really play this game so much on a consistent basis anymore. And for me, would I want to go after somebody where it doesn't match how often I play on a consistent basis? And the thing is like, the type of words I'm going to say here kind of stem from my days when I was playing Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. Meaning that if you already have enough units of a certain type, meaning that if you have enough support units, if you have enough tanks, if you have enough of one category, is it really necessary to go after another character where you already have the role in decent shape? And for me, I already have Y'shtola ready to go. In ways, I have Lena ready to go. So it's because of that whole thing where I know what I have already. I know Charlotta won't be as necessary for me for now. I do plan on going after her Lost Chapter banner though. So that's something to keep it. That's something that's for me. That's why I'm skipping. It's like, you have to know what you have. And you have to know your own playing style. I know my playing style. I'm a bit more casual than not. So for me, the way I pace myself nowadays, it's like, are certain people absolutely necessary? And sadly, Charlotte is one of those characters where I cannot justify myself going after every single banner, and especially one of them being a meta. So that's Charlotte. Now with Fang, I am going to go after her, and I will be using gems. The reason why I'm using gems because it will heavily depend on how I fare with Leon. And that's something, I'm like, if I'm using way too many tickets on Leon, at least I have a backup source for who I want. And Fang's my girl. So Fang, I am going after her EX. With Garland. That's a surprisingly easy skip. The thing is, I already have a synergy unit for that banner, and that's Warrior Light. I have him built up, ready to go. And it would be pointless for me to go after an EX weapon of somebody I don't really see. It's like, that's how much whether or not I'm going to be using it, but how many synergy characters I already have, and whether or not it's worth it to take my chance on something like that. So that's that with Garland. So Garland is a surprisingly easy skip. Regarding Deuce, will depend on Leon. So if I get Leon stuff with minimal usage of tickets, then I'm going to use the remaining of what I have on Deuce. I have a setup. I actually can benefit from Deuce's banner because I could go after Eric's 35 CP weapon, get a couple more copies there. I could go after Deuce's EX weapon that way. Ultimecia, that's a gem for me because, again, it's going to rely on my ticket stash. That sort of thing. Now, I'm surprised, though, now I'm going to get into the thoughts and opinions on this sort of thing. So, with all of this, I'm surprised the reworks were not even mentioned in the stream. But that's actually not a bad thing. Because I was listening to the stream, there was no word of Tidus anywhere. And the thing is that with Tidus, he was part of JP in the sense of Fang's initial banner and her Lost Chapter banner. What we don't know is if Global will do some type of switcheroo with Fang's banner, meaning that we'll be seeing Tidus get a 70-70 Awakening and EX with the EX plus variant with Fang on Global. We do not know if that's going to happen. We also don't know the whole thing with Zell. So the whole thing with Zell is that he was a part of Fang's Global banner at the gates because everything with Tidus was, which includes his EX and his rework, was released early on Global. Now, I will not be surprised if somehow it's confirmed that there was some supposed data mining with Tidus's rework being a reason why his 70-70 and EX plus variants got delayed to this. And if that's the case, Global has a lot of explaining to do. And the explanation being that why did they do what they did with Tidus at the gates, but not so much with his EX plus variant and 70-70 Awakening? Why did they make the move to follow JP more closely than ever? And why switch out the Lost Chapter banner to be matched up with JP and not match up the initial Global banner? So this could be a sign of Global having to explain a lot of things. And this could very well anger some folks because with the stream, anybody who was wanting Beatrix were not happy to see that she was not part of the November calendar. Which I am happy she's not part of the November calendar because it would further alter things. And that's not really cool for Global, in the sense of trying to match up with JP. But to be fair, like I said, they have a lot of explaining to do. Now, the alternate costumes, and then I know there's one for Garland with his global debut, and we also have one with Garnet when she gets her 70/70 awakening. Now, this comes as a bit of a surprise, but not a good surprise, because this is probably going to be the only thing Global gets early. And the whole thing with quality of life with that auto button, I think what Global's doing with the auto button in regards to the summoning boards is the gradual, get this one in, then that one in a while later, then another one a while later. I like that gradual stuff. So, all that out of the way, my final opinions and final conclusions, thoughts, all that good stuff is this. Global, I hate to say this, has some explaining to do. Now, again, this stems from the whole thing with the Zeltitas. However you want to call it, fiasco, mess, that sort of thing. It's the same thing. The whole thing with Titus and Zell, Global developers have to explain that one. Because Zell got some stuff early, Titus got Rework and the EX plus blah. Because Zell got his EX early on Global. You have Titus having both his EX weapon and his Rework in early, but not his 70/70. And this sudden move and the timing of all of it may put Global in a very interesting spot in a bad way. And that's in the eyes of some. However, this could be a blessing in disguise. Because with Global following JP more closely, certain things can be a bit more balanced. And all in all, I mean, it's like some people are going to be scratching their heads, some people will be pissed off, some people will be happy. And there's something I'm damn happy about, is the fact that Beatrix is not getting her lost chapter on Global for who knows how long. And the whole thing with this chaos thing, in sense of the difficulty, I'm just going to take it when it comes, look at some footage, do my research, all that stuff, so that way I don't freak out. But that's just me. Now, in the sense of the overall news, and the sense of the Leon stuff here, and for me, it's just like, I just take it for what it is. Because it's like, not everybody's going to be happy. And people want to play with their favorites. The thing is with this game is that there are more elements to this game where you actually go at your own pace. There's no time limit. Than things that have a time limit. So it's a matter of, should people really clear everything or complete everything? Or go at your own pace, knowing that certain things will always be there, although you may miss out on certain other things because it's time limited. But you know what? I just continue to play the game my style, being at my own pace. Try not to rush things. Look at footage, correct myself when I have to. And that's where we're going to end this video. With Wolfie here signing off, I will catch you all on the flip side.